everyone, I am back again, and this is the last video tutorial for this series. So in my next tutorial series I am going to develop something very cool, something very useful, and that is building a real-time messenger, almost closer to like Facebook. But yeah, definitely it's not going to be like Facebook because they are giant. But yeah, we're going to build something similar to them. So yeah, I have designed the HTML and CSS part for you, and you can see the design here. And this tutorial is really important for you to follow me, to follow correctly in making this video tutorial, because this is much complex things. So you have to understand the basic, Nuxt and the Adonis JS backend as well. So yeah, you have to stick with me. And if you have not watched my previous videos, please go back and watch them. Because this is going to be really important, and yeah, I hope you will like my next upcoming video series. Thank you guys. Okay, let's move on to the current video tutorial. And as you can see, I have basic HTML tables copied from W2 school, and everything other than this has been done. I had done them in my previous videos. So okay, let's get started. So here I need to bring all the list that I have in my database. So normally, if you have been developing in plain Vue.js and not using Nuxt.js, then you would have used in created hook, and from created hook you would have called the list. But in Nuxt.js we call the initial data using async data. So let's call our async data initial data from async, and I think we don't need these things right now, and we can live with app only. So yeah, let's call that data. And what was our endpoint? Our endpoint is this one. So instead of this dummy placeholder, we can call that. And if you again, I'm trying to make a little bit show you the difference between Nuxt and Vue. So if you have been developing on Vue, you could have used something like this data, then you could have used a return, something like this. So yeah, this return would be similar to use something like that. So let's read that in a try catch block. Okay, in a try catch, and in the try we will use this one, and in error we can use redirect and whatever you would like to use, but I'm skipping at the moment. Okay, so yeah, what we will then return, sorry, not like that, we will return from here, and this is the data that is returned. Normally you would have used something like task list and empty array, then from your created hook you would have updated that one. But yeah, since we are initially loading it in async data, this would be similar to use something like this. Okay, you still can use that, but yeah, we will define that in here. So if you load our page, and if we see the view console, and if we refresh the page, we should see the data coming default Nuxt, and in our page we see we have 6 items in the task list. Okay, so that's awesome. Now let's loop through this task list. Okay, here it's simple if you have not views, so it's just a simple for loop. Okay, we need to use key. That's a good thing to use always. So we will use singular task I in task list, and key will be I. And here, instead of 1, we will use task.id, and then what we have, task name, maybe. Yeah, we have task name. So as you can see, the list has been built. So that's really simple, really cute. And if you go route in different pages, it will be loaded right away. Awesome. Okay, now the next thing is that we need to do one of the important tasks, which is edit. So edit, for editing, normally people used to update their data using a modal or routing in different page. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the update in place updating. So here I will be adding our input form. So let's see how I can do that. So yeah, Okay, if we click on the edit button, so we have normally two buttons here, edit and delete. So let's keep them separate at the moment. Okay, now if you click on edit, what I will be doing is that I'll call the method show edit input, and I will send this task object. Okay, now here we will define some methods. We will take the task and we will say task.is. We will add an extra property. It might not be reactive, but let's check it out. So is task.is true, then we will show something instead of this one, we will show something different. Okay, so let's wrap it with a span or maybe template, whatever you prefer. Okay, here span, and we can say b if task.is edit, then we will show this one. Otherwise we can just write v else here, and we can have an input field here, and input field will be an IBY input field. Okay, type text placeholder, and placeholder will be, okay, we don't actually need a placeholder, but you can give one task name, but we need a model, which is b model. So b model is a two-way binding, and the b model will be task name. So data will be in the form right away. Okay, let's check if we have an error. Okay, by default you see everything is true. So what's wrong here? Okay, instead of v else, I don't let's make another. Okay, if it's false, then if we are not editing, then show the task. If we are editing, show the input field. Perfect. Now if I click on it, so it's not getting reactively updated. So that is one problem we need to solve, and that is a pure vue.js problem. So what you have to do is, there is something called vue.set, and we can set an extra property to our array, and the array is this task list, and the property is the new property is edit, and the value is true. Okay, so we can set that. You can also make a loop through this data at the beginning, and then you can add your isEdit, but yeah, I'm not doing this way, unnecessarily looping through. Okay, I think we have an error here. View is not defined, so I think I forgot that. Let me do a quick search. Vue.set to add new property. Okay, so normally you have to set it in views way so that it is reactive. Yeah, this one. So this dot set, so vue.set and this dot set. Okay, I think we need to pass the object itself, not the array, and I think we can call this dot set maybe. Okay, let's check it out. Are we getting an error? So no, we are not getting an error right now. Okay, perfect. Okay, you can see it's getting reactively updated in our component. Perfect. Now on hitting enter, we can say, okay, here we can make a button like save or cancel or whatever, or at enter we can take that input. So yeah, let's make that false back again in our input field. So at on enter, on in enter, save task maybe. Okay, so we can pass the task back again. This video will be a little longer, so please bear with me, because I will try to cover almost the full CRUD. Okay, so similar way, what I can do, it is already set, so I don't have to call isEdit anymore. So what I can do is, since it's a JavaScript object, so it has the reference already available, so we can just call it is task.isEdit equal false. It should automatically be a false right away. Okay, perfect. So I'm doing it, and now hitting enter is going. Okay, so yeah, you can see it's updating. Perfect. Now what I have to do is, now I have to call the backend. So first of all, you can do whatever way you want. You can make some loader, you can update. So yeah, let's call our server async. I can show you some trick here. Constant res avoid this dot call API. So again, if you don't know from where this call API is coming from, go back and watch my video, previous video. And okay, this is the update task. So the method is post, and we are sending to this route, and we will send this data. Okay, let's check what data it is expecting, and it is expecting the ID and the task name. Okay, so what I can send is ID equal task.id and task name equal task.task's name. You can make a data here and do whatever you would like to do. So if I can just set the status equal 200, then this dot s task has been updated successfully, or else just send a generic message, something went wrong, whatever you'd like. So let's see if I have this thing already defined. So yeah, I don't have these things defined here. So let's go and make this UI from ivui. Let me show you how you can do that. Okay, and that is called message maybe. No, not this one. We will be using something like notice. Yeah, something like that. Good. So we will be using this one. Or what do we have in there? Okay. Info success error. So we can show these three things here. Info success error. So we can just copy all these methods and here, and it is no desk. What I can do is simply just title by default info, let's say hey, and maybe okay, we have only two things, so let's say swr and s, this is success and something went wrong, and we can call it as a message, and we can pass something default title, and it can be oops, and here we can say title equal great, so we don't have to pass every time, and you can use this title here and the message here. That's great. So yeah, okay, so similarly we will use this way. Okay, perfect. So let's check it out if it's updated. Task edited, hit enter, task has been updated. So if I refresh, it should be updated. Perfect. So the update is working super fine. Awesome. Now let's move on and make a delete operation. And yeah, for deleting, what I need is add click delete task, and I think I just need to pass the task and the index in order to delete from the UI. Okay, async delete task index. And yeah, for deleting, let's make something cool here. Is loading, we can say by default false, or is deleting, and we can say this store is deleting equal true, and then we can run the similar way, constant res avoid this dot call API, again a post verb, then we will see delete task. Okay, so here you go. Let's remove that. Okay, and let's check what data the delete one expect. Only the ID. In my previous video, I showed you how you can make these security things in your backend. So yeah, perfect. Task.id, and that's all. And I can just copy that things. Task has been deleted successfully, and we will make this one as false. Now let me show you how you can use that. So here we can use something cool like, okay, we can say is loading. If it is true, we can say something, or otherwise some other thing. So if it is deleting, that we can say, okay, I'm deleting it. Otherwise I can say just delete. Perfect. And also I can make my button disabled equal, okay, is loading, and also I can say loading, I can show a loading spinner on the button, say is loading. That's perfect. Okay, let me refresh this page. And okay, before I delete, I need to remove these things, remove the tasks from the task list array. So what I can write is, before sending the message, I will simply delete it. This task list, and I can say index.splice. Okay, not index, it should be this task list.splice at index 1 or whatever, then delete one item. Okay, again, I'm sorry, we need to make something really good, so we should take a confirmation. If not confirm, because deleting operation can happen accidentally, so you should take a confirmation. Are you sure you want to delete this task? If not, then just return. No, you have a good amount of things in here. Notice modal delete, which you can take something here, some good UI. Okay, not this one, not this one as well. Okay, where is that one? You can use message. Okay, not this one at all. We in our team, we love this We love this library so much. Okay, I'm not being able to find it right now, but you can show a very nice alert here instead of just default like this. Instead of like this one, we can have a very nice UI. I'm trying to find it for you guys so that you can use in your project. Set white. Okay. No title bar. Yeah, I found it right now. See, you can have these options, and if based on the delete operation, you can go ahead and delete the item, or you can have cancel button here as well, or simply here. So this UI looks really crazy and awesome. You can use that. So here you go. We have updated. So yeah, you can have a cancel button. You should have, and then we cancel. And if we delete, let's say item number 10, we are deleting, gone. 10 is gone. Now 11 gone. 12 gone, all gone. Okay, now if you refresh, it should be gone now. Okay guys, I have shown you how to edit, delete, and yeah, edit, delete operation and get. So I have not done adding things. So this is a home task I'm giving you guys, how you can add yourself the item, because this video has already become longer, and longer videos are really boring. So I don't want to bore you. This is your home task. If you have faced any problems, let me know. I will give you the source code, and please do not forget to subscribe. And yes, stay tuned for my next big project coming on YouTube. Okay guys, so we are really new. We are making some cool videos on mobile application development, and also the web development as well. So stay tuned. Have a nice time guys. Bye. Take care.